From the heart of Sacramento, where the crown stays on and the lights go off, this is the Sac Blackout Podcast. No filters, no limits, just straight raw talk. We're bringing you everything sports, music, culture, and the real conversations they don't want you to have. So when the lights go out, you already know what time it is. Sac Blackout Podcast. Welcome to the Sac Blackout Podcast, where we cut through all the fake noise, boring takes, and social media noise. We're going to just talk about culture, football, and everything in between with no filters, no limits, and no watered-down opinions. I am your host and the Vice President of the Sacramento Chapter of Black Hole, Real About It, along with the President, Raider Chavez, and our number one analyst, Wyatt Redding. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Tip top, my guy. Tip top.
Good.
We're doing great.
Fun weekend of the draft. I got to say, this has been one of my favorite ones. Texting back and forth with you guys, and I was texting back and forth with John and Oracle, all about the draft and our picks and everything. It really had me engaged this year in the draft. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Having guys like Wyatt and Oracle and stuff in my text feed now makes me have to pay attention to who these guys are. So I'm gonna have to be way more prepared next year because they're making me feel like I've never watched a college game in my life. So
Oh no, you're good, man.
But hey, so before we get into the draft, because it was a huge weekend with the draft and the Raiders, special event on Thursday that we had for day one of the draft. So,
yeah, it was an amazing event, an experience to have special guest Bill Romanowski there. I mean, was definitely a highlight of the event. But I mean, the energy that was just through the roof. I mean, we had people coming in from all sorts of areas: Stockton, Modesto, Bay Area. I mean, it was just amazing that a lot of people that were showing up were just into the event. I mean. We seem to be able to just continue to just bring in a lot of positive people, especially, it being a family event as well. But man, I can't tell you, I'm getting jittery just talking about it right now, man. It was the energy is still kind of flowing through me at this point right now.
Man, I was so surprised I had to do a video at like 3:15. So I went, we got there early, obviously, to set up and all that stuff. And then I had to take off and go pick up my daughter from school and take her home. And when I came back, man, there was tons of people there already. And then at 3:15, I had to do a video because I'm like, man, we're already running out of seats. The draft don't even start till 5:00 on our West Coast time.
Yeah.
So, man, by the time the draft started, as you guys see in those pictures, that there was standing room only. I mean, it was absolutely insane. The vibe was great. Bill Romanowski was having a great time taking pictures, shaking hands, talking to people. And man, when the Raiders made that first pick, that place, it sounded like we were at a draft party at Vegas or at the draft in Pittsburgh. I mean, the place went crazy. Everybody was yelling. And then after that, we just got to hang out, kick it, talk to Bill, do a Q&A with him. I mean, man,
Yeah.
it was insane, man. I can't even, it's Sunday. I'm still on a high from how well that turned out and how much fun we had.
I mean, this was just him just coming in there. I mean, that was amazing. And if you could see the look on his face right there, he definitely was. I don't know if he was overwhelmed. I'm not going to go over and say that, but I know that he was excited to see such a warm welcome to come in from all these Raider fans.
Yeah, he was. I mean, as soon as we introduced him and he walked in, he had all smiles, taking pictures, giving hugs, shaking hands. I mean, it was amazing. And being able to get up there and have him do a Q&A where people asked him questions and he got to tell a few stories and everything, that was super cool. So yeah, I think everybody enjoyed that. I don't know if you noticed in the pictures, I kind of had to back up because he was talking and he kept putting his hand like right in front of my face. I'm like, man, he's getting intense with some of these stories, man. The dude's gonna rip my head off. I said, I'm gonna scoot back. So
I think it was
just fun, man.
Yeah, somewhere right there. He's about to give it to
you. Yeah, he was ready to rip my head off and throw it. So You know, I like too, and the Raider fans enjoyed it that they asked him about spitting on a player, and he says, "Hey, it was JJ Stokes. It was one player, and he was a 49er." So, and everybody started cheering because he said he spit on a 49er. So, yeah, it was man, what a good time. The feedback we got from everybody and the people that traveled to come to that event. I mean, and shout out to straight out of SAC Booster Club too for coming through and enjoying themselves. We really had fun with them, and man, it's just food was on point, drinks were on point, everything was great. Bartenders were having a great time. They looked like, man.
Yeah, not gonna say you missed out, Wyatt, but you missed out. No,
I definitely missed out. 100%.
It was one of our top 2 events that we've had there, and we've had some really good ones. And man, for a draft party on a Thursday night, I was laughing too on our way in. Bill Romanowski's wife, sweet lady by the way too. His wife was like, "Damn, does anybody work on Thursdays?" I'm like, "Not this Thursday." People were already here at 2:00. So yeah. So, and we set up outside seating so that it wouldn't be so congested, but everybody liked the vibe inside, so they just crowded around. And for those that are watching that haven't been to one of our events yet, one of the things that we've always tried to do, it's happened little by little over the few seasons we've been doing this, but we try to get that Oakland tailgate vibe going at our watch parties and our events. Something we don't get to have anymore because obviously we're not in Oakland. And I had a numerous amount of people come up to me and tell me that, man, it feels like we're in Oakland. And this is not me saying that that's what we're trying to do. It was just doing it, and they're coming up, man, it feels like we're at an Oakland tailgate. And one of the things about going to Shenanigans and being at that place is, you have a table, but you don't feel like you have to sit there and not get up. You have a table that's kind of your home base that you go back to and you set stuff down at, but you're walking around like you would at a tailgate and mingling with everybody.
Yeah.
So you're not just stuck into that one area. You're up, you're talking, and if you are sitting there, people are coming up to you. So it gives it that tailgate feel, to be able to just move around, mingle with everybody, and just party, have a good time. You find, even with as much limited space as we had, people still found a way to dance and get down. Dina never misses a space to find to get down. So it
well, because Dina's all feet and elbows because she starts dipping and doing this stuff, so she clears and makes space. You know what I mean? So, love you, Dina. Just in case you're watching this, girl.
Yeah. So, man, what a good time! I mean, how'd you feel as the DJ playing the music, just looking over everybody and seeing the vibe? How'd it feel from your point of view?
Well, I mean, from my point of view as the game DJ, I mean, it's as long as there's nobody giving me that look back or not moving, then I feel pretty good about it. I mean, but like I said, the energy was overwhelming the music even when I was playing it because everybody would hear it, they would start dancing to it. But I mean, people were high-fiving each other, hugging each other. I mean, it was laughing. It just there was not a negative vibe whatsoever. It was at 0% negativity, and it just all 100% positivity in that whole place. And I felt really good that we were able to provide that kind of that kind of an energy and that kind of a space for people to be able to come through. Like I said, like you said, people were like, "Oh man, this is an Oakland vibe," like it was like being at the game. But for the most part, I mean, kids with being able to run around, with their parents, and people just being able to, like you said, move from one table to the next to be able to. It was definitely a satisfying feeling, and I just can't. At some point now, I just can't put it more into words. It was amazing. It was amazing.
So Wyatt, how did it feel watching our videos and seeing all our pictures and not being there, Mr. Wyatt?
Nah, man. I mean, like, it looked like it was absolutely amazing up there. And, like, I know obviously this draft among all the other drafts that we've had, like, I'm sure this one specifically just kind of hit different. with everyone, everyone wanted the same thing, and we got that same thing. And I felt like that kind of probably helped out of the vibes. But you already know that like the vibes of Shenanigans are already immaculate as they are. So, and Bill Romanowski being there as well, like just seemed super awesome.
Man, can we get Bill Romanowski to every single watch party that we have?
That'd be awesome.
He's awesome, man. And look at that. Woodson Whiskey was in the house. We had our black hole bottles going. So that was flowing. Who's got all those wires hanging in front of our banner?
Yeah, let's not worry about that. That's the DJ right there. And that's Bill Romanowski talking about throwing that helmet somewhere. I wanted to, but I know that he would have probably been pissed off at us. But that time that he was with the Raiders, that was just that year, right? I don't know if you guys 2 seasons. So was it the first or the second? I think it was the first season. But he ended up getting into a fight during practice with Marcus Williams, and he busted his eye socket. It ended his career. So
yeah. He's got some stories out there.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But I think his wild side is what made him a great player. Yeah. I mean, he never got to win that Super Bowl with the Raiders. He did make it at least to one, but man, to be a 4-time Super Bowl champ and be a key part of those defenses, man, he was an awesome player, man. He was fun to watch. I hated playing against him. Loved having him on the team. So. And it's just it's cool to know that even though he did 2 seasons with the Raiders, that he considers himself a Raider, as you see. And it wasn't just because it was a Raider draft party. He showed up in his Raiders alum. Sure, we did have a few 49er fans come in and get some stuff signed and buy some Niner jerseys off of him. But but it was mainly a Raider crowd, and it was just great. I didn't know. I've never actually met Romo before, so I really didn't know what to expect. And I have to say, man, he was awesome. He was far beyond what I thought he'd be. He had a good time. He didn't just stand there and go, "Oh, look at the time, I gotta go." He stayed for like 4.5 hours. Did as people asked if they wanted a picture, he took a picture. If they wanted to just have a conversation, they had a conversation. He was down for the Q&A. Yeah. Look at that,
sir.
He did donate a jersey to us too. So
yeah,
we got a nice signed Raiders jersey from him. So we'll be hanging that up at Shenanigans. I made sure to tell Chris that mine.
mine.
But awesome time, man. I mean, I gotta say it to kick off the new season for the Silver and Black of. What a way for us to kick it off.
Yeah.
For TBH Sacramento, Shenanigans. What a start, man. If the Raiders just come out and start showing some improvement, I really feel like our watch parties will be just as crowded to watch a game. I mean, we've seen it before. So I don't see why it won't be that way, especially now that more and more people are starting to come. And when they come, they go, "This is where we want to be. This is awesome." Because the energy we bring in, and that's a testament to you as the DJ, Carmen. I mean, we have an awesome team. Dina hyping people up, Alon, Cheese. Wyatt will be in there here pretty soon. He ain't gonna be missing out on our watch parties. We're gonna make sure we get to get this guy in there. But
never again missing that.
Yeah. Linda, I mean, I can go down the list of people, but man, we have a really good team and really good crew, and we can't do this without them. So I don't want to sit here and take all the credit by running the club. It's a team effort, and everybody cares. And by caring, that's what's making this successful, is because everybody cares, and it shows. And it shows when people walk in that door and they feel it. So, man, let's keep it up, because that was awesome. That was just awesome. If that's the beginning of what we have to look forward to this season, then I'm all in, man. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be
sky's the limit at this point, man. We're good.
Sky's the limit this time. But besides Thursday, something else happened this weekend. we did have the first round of the draft where we had a nice, fun
Oops.
party.
Wrong one.
But
Good.
that was just one pick. So Raiders went on and made 9 other picks on Friday and Saturday. So the draft didn't end Thursday. Remember last week I had mentioned that I wanted to see the Raiders come out with at least 2 safeties and a corner.
Yeah.
Well, we came out with 2 safeties and 2 corners in this draft.
Yep.
Got an edge rusher, which was a little odd to me at that time because I was thinking, you know, we were all talking back and forth about wide receiver. They should go here. They should go there. Didn't think edge was important, but once they later on in the draft, they traded Tyree Wilson, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I actually think that's a good move because he didn't pan out, and it was time for the Raiders.
Go ahead. I mean, well, along with that, I mean, it makes a lot of sense in the help that Crosby is going to end up getting, because he's not going to be the only one back there that's going to be making all the plays. I mean, not to say that we want him to ease up a little bit on that, but I mean, he is going into his 6th year. He's banged up just a little bit. I mean, but he still has that intensity. He's going to come out there and bang it even harder. But to get even a little more help with that edge rusher, I'm telling you, it is definitely going to open up, and quarterbacks are going to have a field day with our guys back there.
So our list of guys in round 1, everybody knows, and today we're not really going to talk about him or break him down. We've already done enough of that, knowing that he's going to be number 1. But the Raiders obviously took Fernando Mendoza to be quarterback for the Raiders. And in round 2, Treydon Stukes. Sorry if I mess up people's names. I'm still trying to get used to everybody here. Kieron Crawford out of Auburn, the edge rusher. Mm-hmm. Trey Zoom the third. They have him on here as a center. He played center and guard, I believe, in it was a center and tackle or center. I think it was center and tackle in college he played. But they're projecting him as a guard in the NFL. And
well, he did. There was one game where he actually played as a left tackle, and I believe in that game, from what I remember seeing, that the running back or the yards for the running backs ended up having 306 yards that game, and there was no sacks. So he definitely held down the left side on that one. So
right,
if I remember correctly, so he definitely kicked a lot of ass in that game. So he's versatile.
Jermod McCoy, cornerback. Mike Washington Jr., running back. Dalton Johnson, safety. Here's another one I might mess up. Hazike Massis.
I
think I said it right earlier. Now I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Another cornerback. Malik Benson, wide receiver. Brandon Cleveland, defensive tackle. Bear with me, people. I don't have the college education like Wyatt does.
It's Hezekiah Massis. So
I'm still trying to remember Izzy's name, so we'll get it. We'll get it right.
And I've known that guy since high school. So
yeah, exactly. But look, before we kind of get in talking about who these players are, it's going to be a kind of heavy Wyatt show explaining some of these guys. And we got a special one for 4th and Wyatt today. But I really think the Raiders really hit on a lot of key positions that we needed depth at. I think safety was a very important thing to come out of this draft with. Like I said, I was hoping they'd get at least 2 safeties because we only have 3 on the roster. Now we have depth there. And I really think by drafting that guard from Texas, our offensive line it's set. I think we have depth. We have starters. I think they're ready to go. And I don't, just because we got these guys, we got undrafted free agents coming in, and the Raiders won't hesitate to sign somebody that can make the team better if someone comes available after June 1st. But I do think they are set with the guys that they have right now and their positions. How do you feel, Wyatt?
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, like they definitely wanted to address that secondary. That's for sure. I mean, they went above and beyond getting 2 safeties and 2 cornerbacks, depending on how you view Stukes. And I mean, yeah, just they filled a lot of vacant positions that they needed help at. I will agree with Real about it. The Crawford pick was a little puzzling to me in the third round at first, because I was like, that's the one position other than quarterback that we already have like pretty much on lockdown. But then the next day they trade Tyree Wilson, and then it's like, wow, it all makes sense now. Kind of tied everything together. And you can never really have too many pass rushers, So overall, later in the draft too, Malik Benson, Brendan Cleveland. Like, those are some solid depth pieces as well, I'd say.
Yeah, and I like the Benson pickup too.
Yeah. I know there's going to be some Raider fans that are upset because there's a lot of guys that I talked to that really wanted Rodriguez, and that would have been nice, but I just don't think the Raiders went into this feeling that the linebacker and wide receiver core was the most important thing to go after in this draft. I think they're comfortable with those positions right now. The two guys we brought in free agency signed 3-year contracts. So as good as Rodriguez would have looked in silver and black, I kind of understand why they went a different direction, but still would have been nice to have them. I don't think you can have too many good linebackers. So let's start off with Kieran Crawford. Wyatt, what do you see in this guy, and what do you feel he could bring to the silver and black?
Well, this guy was kind of off my radar. I wasn't really paying too much attention to him because obviously third round, us Raider fans, we were kind of projecting them to take a receiver, maybe, secondary help, something like that, lineman. And getting this guy Crawford was a complete curveball, really. But he's going to basically replace Tyree Wilson's exact role, I'd say, on that edge. And he's going to help give Max Crosby support on the other side of the front seven, you know what I mean, on the outside. And they also have Kwity Paye they brought in. So I'm guessing he's probably going to kind of rotate in and out with Kwity Paye. But Crawford, he was a bit of a wrecking ball at college. He played on the opposite side of, I believe his name was Falk as well at Auburn, and he was a late first-round pick. So the two of those guys were an absolute force at Auburn, and I think bringing it over to Vegas is gonna kind of be the same dynamic with Crosby, and then he might eventually be the long-term guy at edge once if Paye is gone after 3 years, But obviously that's to be seen. But I honestly, like, looking back on it, I think that's actually one of the stronger picks that we had.
I agree. Especially after we traded Tyree Wilson, it made more sense to me. And I started to like the pick a little more, but at the time I was kind of scratching my head on that one.
Yeah.
Then our next pick, Trey Zoom III out of Texas. How do you feel he's going to fare in this offensive rotation on the line?
I will say, like, I'm going to be straight up honest. Like, Jennings Dunker was sitting right there, and I did a lot of research on him, and he's kind of like that old school kind of badass type of lineman that I thought would fit perfectly in his zone blocking scheme with Kubiak. But the more that I looked into Trey Zoom, he was actually, his ADP on average in mock drafts was around like the 140 range. And at the time, I believe we were picking around like in the 90s or something like that. So it seemed like a reach at first, but looking more into it, he was actually exceptional in pass protection, which I think Real About It mentioned and brought up earlier. And I think when bringing in Mendoza, like with the one lineman that we did get in this draft, you definitely want to make it a pass protection first type of guy because they already have some decent run. Like I know Tyler Linderbaum, his biggest strength is run blocking as a center. So having Zune on that guard, whether he'll play guard or tackle, remains to be seen. But being good in pass protection, I think, is huge for Kirk Cousins or Fernando Mendoza ultimately.
Yeah, I actually think he's going to come in and compete for that left guard spot if JPJ is playing the right guard spot. And from what I'm reading and hearing, he's going to compete for that starting job over there. So we'll see how that plays out. They have a decent amount of guards in the building now, so we'll see how that goes. But he's also one of those guys that he can play all positions on that line.
Exactly.
So if he has to come in and play tackle, he can come in and play tackle. If he has to play center, he can come and play center. So it's kind of nice to have a well-versed offensive lineman like that can fill just about any spot on that line.
And he's definitely focused, man. The man has a lot of strength. His hand placement is always there when he needs to. He's loyal to the to whoever it is that he's blocking, and he's definitely going upfield too. I mean, I've watched some of his highlights, and the dude is just he's a monster when it comes to being able to pick up anybody that's coming around the outside too. I mean, I've seen him just get those hands up and be able to just get a brick wall. This guy is not. Nobody's going to get through this guy. So. But I feel a hell of a lot comfortable with him being in there to be able to take care of our boy Mendoza. So we did really well this draft.
Yeah, I do. The more I look into it, I do like that pick.
Yeah.
So the next one is, I know Wyatt is excited about this guy, and just about every analyst, ESPN, everything else that I look at are saying this is the still of the draft. He would have been a top 10 pick if it wasn't for an injury he suffered in, I believe it was January 2025.
Yeah.
And I think he's healthy now, but there's something that some of these teams are scared of, is that he has something in his knee that he's possibly needs a second surgery. But he has come out and said if the Raiders feel he needs one, he will get it. And hey, if he turns out to be what he was before his injury, the Raiders got an absolute steal in Jermon McCoy out of Tennessee at cornerback. Wyatt, how do you feel about this guy?
Oh, yeah. Other than Mendoza, I'll be straight up honest. Like, I think this was probably the best pick in the entire draft. And I mean, Jermon McCoy, like everyone was projecting him to go in the mid to late first round, even potentially second round at worst. And he actually ended up going all the way down to the fourth round. And the Raiders on day 3, they traded up to that first pick in the fourth round to ensure that they could get him and that no teams would jump them to get him. And I think he can literally shut down. He's like a shutdown cornerback when he's healthy. And he was actually going as the number 2 overall cornerback with, I believe, the guy the Chiefs took, Delane. They were like the top 2 talents in the draft. And back when he was playing in 2024, and then obviously he got hurt and he's still dealing with that knee ailment. But it kind of shows that he's a team player, that he literally stated that whatever the team doctors think is best for his physical long-term outlook, he will do. And if he can come back to any capacity, absolute steal of the draft. And I mean, in the fourth round, it's like, why not take a chance like that on a guy that could end up being one of the best defensive players in the draft? Absolute great pick by Svitek.
The guy could turn out to be a Pro Bowler in the NFL, and you got him in the fourth round. But kind of like Wyatt said, why not take a chance on him in the fourth round? If he doesn't pan out, let's say he never plays a snap for the Las Vegas Raiders, you gave up a fourth round pick. Not a big deal. You didn't reach, get him in the first, get him in the second. That would devastate the team. You took a chance in the fourth and got a guy. If he never plays, it's not going to hurt the team. But hey, if he does and he performs the way many think he should, we got an absolute still possible future Pro Bowler playing corner for us. So, and then we still got Darian Porter to develop on one end. I mean,
yeah,
there's a chance we have 2 really good corners going forward on this football team. So it's exciting.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Porter's going to be able to get him out there to, maybe take it easier at some point like that. That's what's really good, is that Svitek ended up getting a lot of underdogs, what everybody would seem to be underdogs, to bring into the Raiders core, where they have a lot of veteran players that are there to be able to teach some of these young guys coming in. A lot of these guys that we got drafted are coming into a really good system. Not only are they coming into a good system, but they are coming in to a well-rounded group of men that are going to be able to teach these younger men to just be some of the most vicious players in the league. And I'm telling you, it is going to be scary for that AFC West. I'm telling you, look out. We're coming.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Yeah. I hear you. And the next pick I really like. The more I look into him, the more I'm excited about this. I wasn't as crazy about the Raiders needing to draft a running back in this draft, but I like this guy, Mike Washington Jr. out of Arkansas. Man, looking at film, hearing breakdowns about him, this guy is fast. He's a bruiser. He's not as shifty and everything like Genty, but we don't need that. We got thunder and lightning now. This guy will bring the boom bring the speed. This was an Al Davis pick for sure. Fast, strong, big. I love it. What do you think of him, White?
I mean, I love this running back. He was one of the most frequent picks that I had in my mock drafts, like leading up to the draft. And I mean, with him, he's 6'2", so he's one of the bigger running backs in terms of like size in the draft. So I think that perfectly complements Genty, because Genty's kind of a smaller back, and he's gonna provide that power and extra punch, that 1-2 punch that Kubiak's been talking about bringing in. And absolutely love that pick. Getting him in the 4th round as well, because a lot of people projected him to go in the 3rd round. I thought it was good value at the running back position that we desperately needed a backup for Genty for.
Yeah, and he definitely plays behind the pads. I mean, he's got good visual too. I've seen him break into a lot of holes. I mean, and the guy has a burst of speed without even thinking about it. I mean, I've seen him get off the line and just bounce off a couple of people, and as soon as he gets that open field, he's out. I'm going to go as far as saying that he kind of gives me a little bit of that. I forget the name of the running back, but the running back from Baltimore.
Henry?
Dude, yeah, Henry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek. I know it's kind of going a little bit far to say it looks like Derrick Henry, but I've seen a couple plays where he looked like Derrick Henry as soon as he gets that burst of speed, because Derrick Henry is like that, built big, plays low, hits people, and then when he gets that open field, I mean, he just takes off. And that's what I'm really excited about picking up this running back, being able to help Genty in the backfield. And I mean, like I said, he's going to be an amazing addition to the team.
I'll tell you what, if he turns into a Derrick Henry, the Raiders got an absolute steal.
I'm telling you, dude. Dude, he's a beast.
No, I like that comp, yeah.
The running back room is going to be interesting, because they also have picked up Fernando Mendoza's running back from Indiana as an undrafted free agent. So it's going to be an interesting quarterback room, running back room, for the Raiders.
And he's actually built in a way where he's going to be more like a fullback, I think, because I think that's probably why they picked up Washington, for his speed and his ability to get through the line. But I think more of that is he's got picked up because of the fact that he's going to be able to block a little bit more for Genty and give him a little bit more open space. Because I like his body, I like his build, because he's not too explosive, but the dude is definitely strong coming out of the backfield. So I'm excited about that pickup as well.
I like that you mentioned fullback, because that's one thing we haven't really been talking about too much is this offense. We got a fullback back again. That is really going to help our run game. It's going to help all these guys. It's going to help open holes, and these guys have speed and burst. They can hit that open hole and go. And don't get me wrong, as small as Genty is, that dude will run you over too. So we have some beasts back there. This offense is going to be scary once things get rolling with it, man. I really, really am excited to get the fullback back in this offense again. So I like these picks. So with us not understanding at the beginning the Raiders drafting an edge rusher, later on in the draft, in the 5th round, the Raiders with the trade they made, they got rid of Tyree Wilson and took New Orleans pick, and they got Dalton Johnson out of Arizona, another safety. So now, after trading Tyree Wilson, it made sense why the Raiders picked up another edge rusher, and they went and got themselves another safety. Wyatt, what do you feel about this safety?
I mean, yeah, in terms of a player standpoint, it speaks volumes that they traded up to get him. And I think that really made it an emphasis that they wanted to address that safety room that they thought was lacking playmakers outside of the top 2 guys, Palomau and Chin, that they already had. And another thing I like about Dalton Johnson is he played at Arizona with Treydon Stukes, we'll get into a little later. So those two already have chemistry together. And if they're playing on the field in the same rotations, they already have that chemistry built in, which I definitely like that dynamic that Spytek was going for in that defense. And I think Rob Leonard's going to have a field day implementing Dalton Johnson into the system as well. And another thing I wanted to point out real quick was that after day 2, I won't lie, I was left a little unsatisfied with them getting the edge and the guard. But then once they traded Tyree Wilson and took this safety, they addressed the running back room and got Jermod McCoy. It all made sense, and it tied everything together. It kind of tied a bow on the draft, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, he's standing at 5'11", 192 pounds. And actually with Arizona, he appeared in 11 games, led the team with 94 tackles, ranked 7 in the Big 12 and 4th in tackles per game with like 8.5 averaging tackles in the game. So I mean, in the open field, the dude knows how to get hands wrapped around and be able to take people down. Last year, he was all Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week twice on November 24th and December 1st. And Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year is an honorable mention. So I mean, he's definitely has a lot of recognition, and he has some good some accolades behind him. So I'm great pickup, and we're gonna see what he can do. I mean, with that 5, I know I've talked to a lot of guys, and they say if anybody's under 6 feet, they don't want him back there in that backfield. But 5'11", this guy has a real good vertical jump, and I think he's going to be able to take care of some of those speedy runners back there. They're going to try to get away from us in the when the games come on.
And so with our second 5th round pick, the Raiders picked up. Do you want to say his name, Izzy?
Hezekiah Masses. I'm sorry.
There you go.
There you go. Hezekiah Masses. I don't know why I keep seeing Hezekiah, but yeah, Hezekiah Masses.
So again, like I said, the last podcast, I wanted to come away with 2 safeties and a corner. Came away with 2 safeties and 2 corners. How do you feel about this guy, Wyatt? What does he bring to the Raiders?
Well, I think it'd be a little bit of an understatement to just say that he's simply an insurance policy in case McCoy can't go this year with his knee. And I mean, he thrived. I believe he played at Cal College, and he was very sticky in coverage. He can definitely hold his own outside on that boundary. And like you said, I mean, adding to that corner, you can never have too much depth in the secondary, and that's what they really wanted to emphasize in the draft, and getting him as well. Just was a fantastic pick, I believe, as well.
I like it. It brings depth to the secondary. And, like I said earlier, we were lacking depth at corner, at safety. And I really think the Raiders addressed that in this draft. And I'm real happy with where they're at this point. Mm-hmm. Got anything on him, Izzy?
I haven't really paid attention too much onto his stats. I try to get what's going on with him, but I mean, the guy has the height, he has the speed. He's definitely well aware when he's out there on the field and being able to, bat balls down. A lot of times the quarterbacks would never want to throw in his direction because of his height. But I mean, he definitely knows how to keep up with those wide receivers out there, and I think he's a great addition to be able to just get back there with us, and like Wyatt was saying, not to count him as an insurance policy, but I mean, that is a great pickup in for us back there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he's gonna perform back there.
Well, don't forget, we need special teams players too. So
yeah,
if guys don't make it onto the field right away, they can have an impact on special teams as well. So don't look past that either. Yeah. So in the 6th round, one of the things we kept talking about as we were texting back and forth with each other during this draft was, all right, they're getting the wide receiver right here. All right, nope, they didn't get him. All right, this one, they're going to get him. Nope, they didn't get him. So they finally got their wide receiver, Malik Benson out of Oregon. Wyatt, tell us a little bit about Malik Benson. Or you want to go, Izzy? You go.
No, I'm a little excited. Go ahead, Wyatt. I'll come up after you.
No, let Wyatt go last. You go.
Man, dude, I watched this guy. He is so explosive. The man has hands. There's not a throw that he cannot catch. Like I said, I like his burst of speed. He's going to be able to become that deep threat that we're going to be looking for in order to get whoever it is going to be our slot guys to be able to cut in through the middle. I mean, it just leaves wide open space, especially when we got Tucker back there on the left side. It's going to be a field day for these cornerbacks out there. They're going to try, and these safeties are going to try to take him down. Great burst of speed, great hands, great awareness out on the field, knows where he needs to be. And I'm really excited to see this guy get onto the field. I'm sure he's going to be a starter at some point.
And he has punt return capabilities as well. So
and that takes away from Tucker too, because he doesn't have to be the only one back there to do that. So
we definitely don't lack speed at wide receiver now.
No.
I think Al Davis would be proud right now. So,
yeah,
Wyatt, how do you feel about this guy?
No, yeah, I mean, if there's one complaint I could have about the draft is that they didn't take a wide receiver sooner. But with getting Malik Benson, I mean, they completely took advantage of what they had available to them in that round. And I mean, he was part of that elite Oregon offense last year led by Dante Moore. And like you guys said, I mean, he possesses a ton of speed as well. And if there's one thing you can say about our wide receiver core as it looks right now, it definitely doesn't lack speed. And I think that's huge in a Clint Kubiak styled offense with Kirk Cousins or Mendoza hitting their receivers downfield. I mean, you got guys like Thornton, Naylor, Tucker, they all got speed. Now this guy, Benson, I mean, everyone has speed out there, it feels like. And that complements, Brock Bowers perfectly as well, because we'll use him a lot as a receiving tight end. And I think that kind of might have been the vision they were looking at. They want to see guys like Beck and Thornton get more chances to develop before writing them off, because they spent pretty decent draft capital on them last season. And, not to say that, who's to say that they're bust, I mean, they could definitely thrive this year in a much more well-structured offense, at least as we projected right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think all these guys have a chance to make a difference on this team if they come out and play well. So with that, another thing we were talking about is I kept waiting and waiting for them to draft a defensive tackle. Well, it took till the 7th round for them to finally take a defensive tackle, and they went with Brandon Cleveland. Wyatt, how can Brandon Cleveland help the Las Vegas Raiders?
Well, I think at that nose tackle position, if they're actually they're true to their word about doing that 3-4 base defense with Rob Leonard. I mean, Brandon Cleveland's going to see the field a little bit, and he absolutely balled out at NC State. I know obviously he kind of flew under the radar by being our last pick in the draft, but who's to say that that's going to be our worst pick? I mean, he could easily see the field at a position that we kind of lack depth at. And I think a couple of the guys they drafted last year, like Pegues, and obviously Adam Butler still being on that defensive line, playing defensive tackle. They're going to have a couple of guys rotating in and out, and he might see the field and be able to disrupt opponents' run games as well.
I agree.
Although I hate to be the negative Nelly in the whole thing. I mean, I was looking at the stats and the reports from the combine. I mean, they did say that he was a bit sluggish coming off of the snap and being able to get hands. He struggles a lot with long arm, and the way they put it, long armed players coming in there. So he definitely has the ability to he's very stout, very, very big. So getting through him is not going to be very, very easy. But I mean, there was a lot of downsides to him. So I'm not too sure whether or not that he'll make very much of an impact. So I hate to be a negative Nelly on it, but I wasn't too impressed with the reports that were coming out of the combine. So, but it could be different. I mean, hey, Kubiak could probably, beef him up a little bit. So,
and I agree with, and there's a reason why he went in the 7th round. And he was the last pick for the Raiders. So he's definitely going to be a developmental piece. Kind of like what Wyatt said, he is going to have a chance. I think every single one of these players is going to have a chance to compete for a spot with the depth that we have on this team. So if he's able to come out and do anything and make the rotation, then hey, good for him. The one positive thing that if not, he'll be a practice squad guy, and hopefully in a couple of years we'll see something out of him.
Well, the one thing I will say is that, and positive about it, is that if there is a project player that the Raiders did pick up, that's him. Because like I said, he's built to be able to do what he needs to do out there. But just a lot of the stuff that he has out there, he's like I said, he's very sluggish. He's not very quick on the snap. They said he has like a twitchy hand, which is good, but then again, he's not. There's some ways that the defenders will get around, the players will get around him. So, but that's just me.
So if you guys notice, with this pod, we went over everybody, but we did skip one because we wanted to talk about Tre'Davious Stokes in a segment we like to call
4th and Wyatt.
Trust me, I got this.
Mr. Wyatt, Tre'Davious Stokes, our 2nd round safety that we drafted. Break him down for us and why you feel he's going to be a great asset. And when other people wanted other guys at that, why was that a good pick for the Raiders?
I mean, I'll be honest, the pick caught me by surprise as well. I mean, they held the 36 overall pick guys that we didn't even think were going to be there were there. You know, Caden McDonald was there. Denzel Boston was there. A lot of people thought they would either go nose tackle, cornerback, or wide receiver. And they actually went with a player that can play anywhere, pretty much anywhere in the secondary, but he figures to slot in at the safety / nickel cornerback position. And that's Traydon Stukes out of Arizona. Now, this guy's 24 years old, so he has experience. He's played 6 years in college, the collegiate level. And, you know, he was a major riser leading up to draft day. So he was one of the guys that had a good combine. The productivity on the field showed aligned with it as well. He had a 90.3 PFF grade as well and 34.4 passer rating against, which is absolutely elite. So he's very good in coverage. And that's exactly the type of player that the Raiders needed. I mean, looking back at the seasons past, you know, they didn't really have any elite coverage players like that. And he's a high character guy. He can make plays with a lot of position versatility. Like I said, free safety, you know, roaming safety, nickel cornerback is where they say that he thrives the most. And he can even play outside cornerback if the opportunity ever presents itself for him. And Kubiak mentioned on the draft call with him the term captain. He brought that up twice, which I thought was kind of notable because, you know, they traded back and, you know, Denzel Boston was sitting right there, you know, guys that we kind of thought they would bring in, but no, they wanted Stukes and they knew that they could trade down 2 picks to get him. And that's the guy that they wanted all along. And I mean, he's a sizable chess piece in the secondary for Rob Leonard's defense, standing in at 6'2", 200 pounds in nickel packages. And he's kind of termed as the center fielder of the defense because he adds a ball hawk element to a defense that absolutely needed it, looking at the depth chart. He's aggressive in coverage with big playability. He racked up 4 interceptions last season at Arizona University. And he also compiled 52 tackles with 6 pass breakups in 10 games as a starter. He has natural anticipation, which he frequently attacks underneath routes with a lot of tenacity. And he possesses this style of recovery speed, so he can stick with deep routes as well, which kind of is why people are projecting to be a safety because he can spot out the quarterback's plays and read routes before they actually form. And he did suffer an injury in 2024, which limited that season. And some scouts say that he's a little bit overly physical, causing him to create penalties here and there. But I don't really see that as much of a weakness. I personally like having physical players on the team. If that's their weakness, so be it.
Sounds like a Raider to me.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, you know, he has 6 years of collegiate productivity to override those weaknesses. And, you know, I think he's instantly going to compete with Palomau at that safety position, probably start alongside with, Chin if he earns it. And even, you know, get some looks at nickel cornerback, subbing in and out with Taron Johnson. And he provides a high-end starter at a position of need, which I think most importantly is the reason why they made him a Las Vegas Raider.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I was surprised with the pick, but after listening to some of the insiders and everything, the Raiders were targeting this guy from day one. They wanted him. This was always their guy. And who am I to question that? I mean, we needed a safety, and boy, did we get a good one. So I think he instantly comes in and competes with Palomau, and there's a good chance he wins that starting job. So I like it. I think he's going to be good for the Raiders, and yeah, I couldn't said it better myself. Mr. White.
And his ability to be able to tackle in the open field is one of my biggest things. I don't know how many people actually pay attention to this stuff, but the Raiders have not actually been one of the best teams to tackle in the open field. I mean, a lot of places, whenever they get past that line, it's like linebackers and safeties just don't know how to tackle. I never understood that. I don't know if there was a rule change or whatever was going on, but we can never stop and get anybody. This guy right here is definitely an open field tackler. There's not a lot of people that get past him. He's got great awareness. He knows where the ball is going to be, whether it's on the left or the right side. The guy is there, and he has quick ability to be able to read that snap and to just get in there. I mean, he's racked up a couple of sacks, and I mean that doesn't come very easy for a lot of these safeties out there. So I'm really, really excited that they picked him up. And thanks for breaking that down, Wyatt, because that is just an amazing player to be able to have on our side.
Yeah, and you know, everybody's been focused so much on offense because we brought in Kubiak as head coach, but the Raiders have really gone out and bolstered this defense this offseason. I mean, this is a completely different defense we've had. I mean, we have two amazing linebackers now. I've been shouting to whoever will listen forever about getting the damn linebacker in there. You know, we haven't been able to cover the middle of the field for God knows how long at this point. And our linebacker core is better. Our defensive line's better, especially getting Crosby back. After this draft, the secondary strong. I mean, obviously we got to see how these guys play. They're rookies, but man, they really have focused on the defense. We keep focusing so much on the offense and wide receiver and this and that because obviously we have an offensive head coach, but they've quietly built a really, really good defense over here with the Raiders, I believe.
We've always managed to be able to keep up with the scoring at some point, but it's just that we've always, you know, we've hit that fork in the road when it comes to the defense, and a lot of it had to do with these over the head throws. I mean, a lot of our guys are either getting burnt because they're worn out, and that's really what it is. And now that we have the running back, or not the running back, the quarterback that we need, and we got some really solid wide receivers. I mean, yes, let's focus on defense, and let's stop the plays. I mean, you know, they always say defense wins championships, right? Well, our offense is definitely going to be able to focus on that and put up more points. So yeah. And
I was also going to say, like, I mean, we play in the AFC West, you know, we're going up against Mahomes, Herbert, and Nick 6 times a season, every single season for the foreseeable future. So like Raiders Chavez was saying, you know, even though Kubiak's an offensive minded head coach, even with an elite offense, if your defense is lacking, especially on that back end against these elite quarterbacks in competition we're facing, you know, it's going to be like Fernando Mendoza. He's not going to be able to put up 50 points a week. I mean, nobody's able to do that. So having the defense keep the team in games is huge. And I think shoring up that secondary, which clearly lacked positional depth, was an absolute win for us.
Yeah, and being the offensive minded coach, I mean, look, he's taking care of Mendoza coming in. You know, they got Cousins to be able to teach and mentor this kid to come in there and be the best player that he could possibly be. He put a good solid line to be able to protect him. Now that we got running backs, he's going to be able to give an option to be able to give that ball off, you know, not have to focus on stepping back or taking all these hits. I mean, so he's already done. He did his part as an offensive mind kind of silently. Nobody really paid attention to him. Okay, yeah, he's an offensive-minded coach, but then he goes defense strong. I think he went really strong in this draft, and nobody's really paying attention to that now. They're like, oh, now look, he's defense. He's supposed to be an offensive-minded coach, but he took care of the offense. So be careful what you say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with that said, man, draft's over. It was a fun draft. I really enjoyed texting back and forth with you guys. I really think next season, this is going to make me watch a little more college football and pay attention to who these guys are a little more, especially with us doing this podcast. So I really enjoyed that. I had fun. I was telling my wife, I said, I really like this, being able to talk about the draft with you guys and John and Oracle and stuff like that. It really made it interesting for something that can be kind of boring watching on TV. So yeah. I enjoyed that. Thank you for you guys' insight while we were doing that. With that said, now the draft is over, grades. What would you give a grade on this draft, Wyatt, for the Raiders?
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, if I'm being realistic, I give it an A-. I mean, you know, I don't want to say an A+ just because, you know, there's some things that we need to see play out, you know, in terms of scheme fits and all that. But, I mean, when you get your franchise quarterback, that automatically boost it to an A as it is. And then, you know, I mean, we didn't get 2 positions that we thought that they were going to address, which is wide receiver and nose tackle, but it's too early to judge that now. I mean, maybe they have guys in-house that can step up and, you know, take over those roles. Like I said, you know, Besh, Thornton, you know, at the nose tackle position as well. They have some guys rotating in and out. And I mean, all things considered, I thought it was a great job by SpyTech. And this is one of the best drafts I feel like we've had in the last 10 years, like at least.
Yeah, an A- was going to be the score that I was going to be able to give them, and only in the sense because of who they ended up picking towards the end. They went strong in the beginning. I said that I was going to be very surprised if they did not get a wide receiver at that 30, well, what ended up becoming the 38th pick. But in the second round, I thought they were really going to go with the wide receiver, but then they kept going down the line with defense. And then I started to pick up on the idea. I was like, you know what? That's why they're the coach and I'm not. So but like I said, going towards the end of the draft, I just think that's when it started down because there wasn't really a lot more that they can get. But yeah, A- was definitely going to be the grade that I was going to give them too. So
yeah, I have to agree with you guys. I mean, you never really know how good a draft is until about the third season, but then we could judge it then. But man, I really think Spytek was cooking, man. I mean, he started off with 10 draft picks and even making trades and doing everything he did, still ended with 10 draft picks, but was able to move up and get quality players, man. I mean, He was cooking. He was showing you what you need to do during the draft, making moves to go back, come back up, and still get your guys. So, did they get everybody we were thinking they would get or everybody we wanted them to get? No, but there was a few guys in the second round that I was looking at that I was hoping they would go after, but I really think this safety is going to be good. If he comes out, becomes a Pro Bowler, starter for years to come for the Raiders, nobody's going to care that he was taken in the second round over Rodriguez or McDonald or Boston or any of these guys. So it would have been nice. I think we had a couple opportunities to get the wide receiver Boston out of Washington, but ultimately he went to Cleveland. And hey, I said I wanted to see two safeties and a corner out of this draft. We got that, and the biggest one is getting Fernando Mendoza with that first pick. I mean, we needed our quarterback, and hopefully for years to come, this guy's going to be starting for the Raiders, and hopefully one day we're going to be holding that trophy and celebrating at Shenanigans for a Super Bowl. Won't be this season, but hopefully in the near future, that's going to be happening. And man, the feeling that's going to be. So let's see what these guys do. But I'm happy with what the Raiders have done. You add this draft into what they've done this offseason, and the future's bright. The greatness of the Raiders in its future, and it starts now, man. Mm-hmm. So you got mini camps and everything coming up, training camp in July. Can we just get this shit started now? I'm ready. Come on, man. Let's get training camp over with. I want a preseason game. After Thursday and what we did on Thursday with the draft party, I can't wait till August to have a watch party, man. Come on. With that said, we don't have to wait till August to have a good time. We do have an event coming up on May 30th. Come out to Reno, Nevada, and hang out with 7 TBH chapters. You got Reno, you have Lovelock, you have Central Valley, Sacramento, you have Lake County, you have Central Coast, you have, who am I missing? Where you got Reno.
Spokane's coming out too, right?
Spokane won't be there, but we do have Raider Will. I mean, there's people traveling from all over. Yeah. And today I got the news. We are at 200 RSVPs. And that's just the people that RSVP. There's more people coming that didn't RSVP. So this is going to be a major, major event. If you guys want to meet guys that you've seen in podcasts, guys that are from Texas, from Colorado, from all over, they are going to be here. This is your time to come and mingle with Raider Nation, meet the family, and learn why we love to be doing what we're doing as TBH members, man. Yeah. I mean, it's one big family. We're the Sacramento chapter out here, but our network goes far beyond that. We're worldwide. And we all communicate. We all have a great time. We all know each other. And when we get together, it's like we've known each other our whole life. So this is a good event to come mingle with Raider Nation, talk Raiders, wear your colors, and be proud to be a Raider fan. So come out. If you are, we opened up some more spots for the RSVP on the food. So that the RSVP is free. You go to Eventbrite, the Northern Nevada, Northern California barbecue, and you can RSVP your spot, and you'll get free. We'll do burgers and hot dogs, so have a free meal. But if you don't get in on that, there will be food you can purchase and drinks you can purchase and everything like that. So it's going to be fun, man. I'm getting up there Thursday, coming home on Sunday. We got some events we're going to be doing together Thursday and Friday. But man, come out, even if you're just coming out for the day. Reach out to us on our Instagram page or our Facebook page, however you want to reach out. I have links to discount rooms at Golden Nugget and Grand Sierra there in Reno. So if you want to stay the night and get a room, we have discount codes. So yeah, reach out, come out. Oh, can't forget they're going to be doing a big car show too. So there'll be awards handed out and everything. We're going to have a DJ. I mean, it's going to be bumping, man. And this is going to be the time to really meet Raider Nation, mingle with Raider Nation, and just see what the family's about, man. You know what I mean? So
yeah, so be sure to put it on your calendar from May 28th to the 30th. And if you need to get at us, like he was saying on the Instagram is TBH_Sacramento_chapter. And then just go on ahead and send us a message. If you're not following us there, hit follow, and then you'll be able to send us a message, and we'll do our best to be able to get back to you.
Absolutely. So that's all we got today, fellas. Anybody got anything they want to add about the draft or anything else?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna definitely take a look at these signings that they just did the other night, so or last night. So right now, I'm just gonna focus on that. So thank you guys for chilling.
Yeah. With that said, man, another really good pod. Wyatt, we really appreciate your analysis and the way you break down these players, man. We appreciate you. This was fun, exciting. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
Yeah.
And Wyatt, if you're able to make it out to Reno, man, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good event. So
sweet. Yeah. Sounds good.
Let me know.
Also, you guys too, for those that are watching this, if you guys want to follow Wyatt Redding and get some more insights from him, telling you, go on ahead and get him on his Instagram. It's _Wyatt Redding. Pretty much plain and simple. Give him a follow, and then you'll be able to follow and track whatever he's doing, whether he's on our podcast or on another. We definitely got some good insights for you, and you might learn something. So follow him out.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, thank you, fellas. This was a good time. And Raider, there's a fly in front of my face. Raider Nation, we love you. I hope you're excited. It's going to be a good season. Until next time, peace.